So the big question is this: how are commercial real estate brokers like us, who didn't take on debt to start their own brokerage, who are stuck in the hamster wheel of day-to-day selling, how do we sell real estate and build our businesses in a way that lets us develop rockstar teammates and create enough leverage to back away from day-to-day selling? How do we get our services, ideas, and insights out into the world and yet still create passive wealth? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Brett Swarts, and welcome to the Expert Commercial Real Estate Secrets Podcast. So at a certain point, this residential brokerage, and correct me if I'm wrong here, of serving folks and helping people sell homes, not only was it your career and perhaps your calling too, but at a certain point it shifted, right? And now eXp in the model and helping making an impact perhaps became your calling. Walk us through what it means to be able to serve on that level and how eXp is enabling you to do that. Just because folks for listening right now may not even know what it is and what the difference is. Just give us kind of the overview there.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I mean, if you've never seen eXp and you don't understand all the benefits, there's a webinar I made. It's about 32 minutes long. It's called themodelexplained.com. The Model Explained, past tense, explained.com. And watch that and then get back to Brett here and ask him questions. But, the difference is before I would impact my 18 agents, before I would, I'd meet people at Remax's annual convention, mega camp, family reunion. I go to Howard Brenton Star Power, Brian Buffini, Craig Proctor, shut the door and go to work. Now we have financial alignment. Like if Brett does really well, I do really well. So he's like, and I've never said no. I mean, people would fly to Sacramento and want to see how I ran I've never said, sorry, you can't come. Can I meet you for a cup of coffee? Nope, can't meet me for a cup. I've never, ever said no in 25 years, and I never will. But the difference is, and I give them some information, pat them on the head, send them back to New York, send them back to Florida, send them back to Denver, back to Southern California. Now, because of the way the model works, we stay in contact. Like if I can help Brett do really well, it's win-win. I do well. I mean, to be honest, I don't think that's a bad thing. If you have 10 buyer's agents on your team and you help them sell 30, 40, 50 homes a year or more, they're going to do really well and you're going to do really well. It's the old Zig Ziglar win-win. Help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. We were just limited by the nature of the model. People go, oh my gosh, it's so confusing. How do you manage 16,000 people in your organization? I don't. I have 9,700 in my 7 levels, but I don't have to manage Brett. I help him when he wants help. I don't manage Tom Daves, the #1 Keller Williams agent in the world, who's now at eXp. He knows exactly what he's doing. Sean Kokoska, he used to be the president of MAPS coaching for Keller Williams. Jeff Willems, who sells 650 homes a year and sold his Remax franchise to be a part of this. I don't have to manage them. I help them when they want my help. Most of them know exactly what they're doing. And we just keep growing eXp larger. We will be the first company with 1 million agents worldwide. There's still 2 million in the US and Canada, but worldwide there's 25 million. And we're the first company making its agents owners and sharing the stock. We've become a multi-billion-dollar international company. When you add up our value, it's more than Remax International and Realogy put together. If you go to Wall Street, check it out. The value of Realogy last I looked, 1.3 billion market cap. Remax was 1.4 billion. That's 2.7 billion, and eXp is over $3 billion. So the market's valuing little old eXp, only 10 years old, at more than Remax and Realogy put together. And if you know what Realogy is, it's a $1 billion hedge fund that owns 28 brands. 4 of the most famous brands are Coldwell Banker, Sotheby's, Century 21 Better Homes, and I believe those are the 4, and 24 other brands. So when you add up all 28 of those brands plus Remax, so it is amazing what's happening. And it is a truly a Amazon shift in the real estate world. It's a Facebook, it's a YouTube, it's Netflix. This is the iTunes digital downloads. It's changing real estate, and it's really cool. And then probably the biggest misconception, Brett, and I'll hand it back to you, is we have offices. I mean, I'm home today. I was diagnosed with COVID-19 on Monday, so I'm home being safe, doing all that. But we have offices. We work out of offices. There's offices. They're not eXp offices. The agents go out and get their own, and we work primarily out of Regis and open spaces. And so there's the new hubs or the Rage. There's hundreds of professionals down at the office, fully staffed, gorgeous conference rooms, and none of them have a real estate license. And so we get listings. We represent buyers. So it's a great place. There's 3,000 Regis locations worldwide, and every eXp agent gets a free membership. And so we work out of Regis. So it's not that we work in the cloud or we work at home. We don't. We work out of offices, and we're killing it. So I'll hand it back to you. But yeah.
Amazing, Brent. So much to unpack there. But one of the things that really connects with me, I come from the commercial world at Marcus Millichap, started in 2006. And then between 2006 and 2011, I was there. Some of the best training. I felt like the Navy SEALs of learning investment real estate, actually in Roseville off of Douglas Boulevard. Before that, I actually did a little quick stint at Keller Williams where Don Yoakum was still the manager. That's kind of another story. But then I moved to full commercial. But the biggest thing I found was it felt like you would recruit people, you would bring them in, you'd coach them up, you might even partner with them for a few deals, but then all of a sudden, you look across the cubicle, and he's calling the same people, and now he's competing against you, right? And you're like, huh. So I brought him in, I recruited him, I coached him up, I kind of gave him my secrets because I'm thankful for the Marcus and Millichap, which I totally am, and I still am grateful for them. They were wonderful. But now they're competing against me. Worse would be they actually leave the company now, a year or two into it, take all your secrets and go compete with, CB Richard Ellis or JLL or whoever, right? And I'm going, that doesn't make sense. So I went through literally 5 mentors, Brent. I'm brand new out of college, barely making in the business, struggling with wife, my daughter at home. And my first mentor was fired. My second mentor kind of fired me from the relationship. The third mentor was granted a brand new position as assistant manager, so he had to leave. And then he actually left the company. The manager who originally hired me, he was fired. So all these people poured into me, right? And at a certain point, you go, the value is that mentor, the relationship, the coaching to help them win. Yet each of them felt frustrated because they were independent contractors. They weren't owners in the company. They weren't getting stock. Right. And if somebody left, they weren't going to be able to benefit or get a return on their investment. So it always felt like a 50-50 proposition. Like, I'll scratch your back, Brent, if you scratch mine. Right. But as soon as you're not scratching my back too much, you're taking too much of my time and energy. I need a return on my investment. I'm going to the next one. Whereas now I'm at eXp and I'm going, oh my gosh, like it's now not 50-50, it's 100%. Like everyone wants everyone to succeed. In fact, they want you to do 10x what they did. Right? They want to give you all their secrets right now. And it's because exactly what you said, if you underwrite the model, the finance, and you follow the math, it just makes sense. So would you talk about collaboration? Would you talk about just giving your secrets away? And like you said, it was no longer about me and holding my secrets, but now it's about you and everyone making an impact.
Yeah, absolutely. I just did a mastermind up at Lake Tahoe. That's all online. Anybody can watch it at brentgove.com. But I'll give everyone a little secret. There's never been a cap in commercial real estate. eXp now has a cap for commercial agents. It's $20,000. That's it. And some of you that are watching this that are commercial guys, you can pay $100,000 to $300,000 a year or more, $500,000 to Cornish and Harry or the different, CB Richard Ellis, and 20 grand. You think, yeah, but I need them. No, you don't. And the split is, what's the split for commercial? Is it?
So most deals are 50-50 for the first 100,000. At least that's what it was for me at M&M when I first started out, right?
Sure.
And then the second 100,000 might be like a 60-40, and then you hit a certain benchmark, and eventually, if you become like kind of the icon in a sense, you might be about 80-20 or 90-10. But usually every year it starts over for everybody. You're starting at 50-50. So what Brent is saying is, hey, you earn, it's 80-20 to start with eXp, and then the first 20,000 you earn in a given year that you give to, or you pay to eXp, right? That's it. Now the rest of it's uncapped. All the upside is for you. And Brent, explain that a little bit more and why eXp is able to do that.
Yeah, because we're cloud-based. They don't have the overhead. And so they only take 20,000. They don't have to pay for the big building, all that. I think, well, then who's going to pay for it? You are. And trust me, I got a gorgeous office with windows 30 feet across, 20 feet high, overlooking the Sierra Nevada, fully staffed conference rooms, fully furnished, everything you could dream of, coffee, green tea, coffee or scanners. You know what that cost me? $950 a month. $950 a month. That's it. That's all I pay. 2 full-time secretaries up front, gorgeous conference rooms, glass, hold 40 people, the high back leather chairs, everything you could want, dream, and imagine. Janitorial, heat and cool for $950 a month, less than 12 grand a year. So you can, or think, well, they provide all that for me. Yeah. What do you pay? Nothing's free. You're paying a fortune. So once you go into 20, then you're at 100%. So everything you do, residential or commercial, obviously if you're a commercial agent, it's 100% thereafter each year. And the cool thing is we have a program where you can earn back $16,000 worth of stock. So if you're a commercial person, you only pay $4 grand a year to be here. Like, how can that work? Well, we have 40,000 of us now. It's working, and we'll have 100,000 in the next 24 months. And if 40,000 agents with our profitability made the company worth $3 billion, wait till we have 100,000. What's going to happen to the profitability and what's going to happen to the value of that stock? And we are an agent-owned, agent-led, agent-centric. Everyone says they're agent-centric, but we are owned by the agents. And so you get to see at the table of ownership, do you own the commercial brokerage you work at? And so I put 20 years into Remax and Keller Williams on the residential side. I walked out of there with nothing. If you walked out today, what would you walk out of there with? Nothing but whatever you had in escrow. And so if you don't understand how this is possible, go watch themodelexplained.com. And just instead of thinking residential, think commercial. And a 20,000, our residential cap is 16. The commercial is a whopping 20. Everybody's on an 80-20 split. And then you go to 100%. The fees are minimal. And yeah, there's companies that will do it for even less than us, but there's no stock awards and no revenue sharing. And I think by my 5th month, my revenue share was $25,000 a month. By my 13th month, it was coming in every month at $55,000 a month. And within 4 months of that, 17 months in, it was over $100,000 a month. I mean, what kind of investment you have to make? And I've never made less than $100,000 a month. And then it went to $200,000 a month. Then it went to 3. Then it went to 4. Then it went to 5. And right now it's knocking on the door of $600,000 a month revenue share. And no, I don't do real estate anymore. And I don't think you would either. You'd give your full-time focus. And so, the glass ceiling has been shattered by eXp. Real estate will never be the same. When digital downloads came out, record stores were never the same. When Travelocity and Trivago and online ordering of travel came out, your travel industry was never the same. Retail was forever impacted. 8,000 any retail commercial guys out there. What's going on with retail with Amazon obliterating 8,000 major retail chains shutting down? The world's changing, and COVID-19 taught us that eXp is just right.
You have just listened to another information-packed episode of Expert Commercial Real Estate Secrets Podcast with Brent Swarts. We hope you enjoyed today's show and found it valuable. Visit expertcresecrets.com to access the show notes and to access more resources. That's expertcresecrets.com. Don't forget to leave a review and join us again next time.